Good evening. Tonight's Gothic tale is The Door of Echoes. In the shadowed alleys of the old city, where cobblestones whispered secrets of forgotten lives, a door materialized, not of wood or stone, but of shimmering, ethereal light, a doorway born from sudden death. Tonight, Gothic, drawn by its haunting glow, stood before it, her heart pounding with a mix of trepidation and resolve. Her fingers, pale and trembling, reached out to touch the luminous surface. Images flickered within the door's depths. Fleeting glimpses of a life abruptly extinguished, a scream silenced too soon. It was a gateway to the echoes of lost souls, a siren's call to the compassionate and the brave. With a deep breath, Gothic pushed through the door of echoes. The world dissolved around her into a swirling vortex of spectral colors, a symphony of whispers and shadows. She braced herself for the unknown, her locket glowing brighter, as if sensing the tormented soul that awaited. She found herself in a desolate room, the air thick with sorrow and regret. A young man, barely more than a boy, stood trembling in the center, his eyes wide with terror. He was a ghost, trapped in the echoes of his final moments. "Who are you?" the young ghost whispered, his voice barely audible above the mournful sighs that permeated the room. Gothic approached him gently, her eyes filled with empathy. "I am here to help you, Anthony," she replied softly. Anthony recounted his tale. A tragic accident, a life cut short, a lingering sense of unfinished business. He was trapped, bound to the place of his death, unable to move on. Gothic listened intently, her heart aching for his plight. Gothic knew what she had to do. She would help Anthony find peace, release him from his spectral prison. But it would be a dangerous task, for the echoes of death were not easily silenced. Together they ventured into the heart of Anthony's final memory. A dark, twisting alleyway, a sudden confrontation, a flash of steel. The echoes replayed endlessly, trapping Anthony in an eternal loop of fear and pain. Gothic confronted the shadowy figures, the echoes of violence that held Anthony captive. She spoke words of comfort, of forgiveness, of release. Her voice resonated with ancient power, pushing back against the darkness. Slowly, the echoes began to fade. The shadowy figures dissipated. The darkness receded. Anthony felt a lightness he had not known since his death, a sense of peace washing over him. "Thank you," Anthony whispered, his voice filled with gratitude. "You have freed me," Gothic smiled gently. "You were the one who freed yourself, Anthony. I simply showed you the way." As Anthony faded into the light, finally at peace, Gothic stepped back through the door of echoes. She knew her work was far from over, for there would always be lost souls in need of guidance. But tonight, one more spirit had found its way home.